Hello, and welcome to the HelloID Provisioning Product Release video for June 2025. HelloID Provisioning is a 100% born in the cloud, easy to configure and maintain user provisioning solution. It helps organizations to fully automate the user lifecycle management by connecting the HR or SIS as a source system. Every change in this source is detected and processed into the network and your cloud applications. No more worries about stale user accounts, accumulation of licenses or access rights, manual user management, or compliancy issues. Please note that this video highlights only the new features in the June 2025 release. For more videos, visit docs.helloid.com or check out our YouTube channel. Let's dive in. We'll start with a PowerPoint presentation before moving on to demonstrate the new functionalities for the June 2025 release. In this release, we're excited to introduce one new feature. With this release, we have introduced the ability to support the Powershell V2 target systems data in the reconciliation report. With this step, we now have reconciliation available for all target systems. A remark on this functionality is that there is a limitation in place on a maximum of 3 million records based on accounts and permissions to be used inside a snapshot as a combined value over multiple target systems. This limitation is currently set for calculation purposes and might be improved in the future once the performance on larger set can be guaranteed. Also, an import of account and permission data from the target system is required before this feature can be used. Let's dive in and explore the new feature. In this month's HelloID release, a new capability has been added under Business Reconciliation, support for the Powershell V2 target system. If you navigate to the Configuration tab, you'll now see the Powershell V2 option in the drop-down list. In this demo environment is already configured, but you can add it just like any other system. Once selected, the configuration interface will be familiar. It includes the same options as the previously introduced built-in Active Directory system. This means you can configure automatic account creation, account enabling, and permission management as you normally would. To demonstrate the new functionalities, a reconciliation report has been pre-generated and is available on the Report tab. This report includes several example scenarios. As mentioned earlier, there are certain limitations to this feature. If those limits are exceeded, HelloID now provides clearer user interface feedback. For instance, if report creation fails due to a high volume of data, a red notification banner will appear with an explanation. One specific limit to be aware of is the 3 million record cap. If this threshold is exceeded, a warning message will indicate this clearly. A notable enhancement is the addition of a new sub-permission header. The Powershell V2 target system can now define sub-permissions within permission entitlements. When sub-permissions are included in the report data, you can open a managing permission, such as Finance, to view associated sub-permissions. For example, within the Finance permission, there may be an Administration sub-permission. HelloID now shows these relationships directly within the report, providing a clearer view of permission structures. When you open the details of a managing permission, you'll see several action options, such as resolving or excluding the issue. However, in some cases, the Remove button will be disabled. This occurs when HelloID does not have enough information to carry out a target action on the permission. The system is designed to prevent actions where there is insufficient context. The same applies to sub-permissions. When a sub-permission is selected, only the Resolve and Exclude options are available. Because the current state of the sub-permission is not available in HelloID, the system cannot determine which action to execute. Therefore, buttons like Remove are visible but disabled. This applies to both sub-permissions and managing permissions when their current state data is missing. To help clarify permission states, an indicator has been introduced. If a managing permission was previously excluded, an exclamation mark will appear next to it in the report. Opening the details will show that this managing permission has associated sub-permissions and that it was excluded at the time of report generation. These visual indicators help explain how exclusion events affect linked sub-permissions. The sub-permission header only appears when sub-permission data is returned by the target system. This does not imply any errors, only that subpermissions are included in the data. This enhancement also extends to filtering. If subpermissions are part of the report, you can filter by their display name. However, if no subpermissions are present, this filter field won't be available. This logic also applies to the exclusion report overview, which supports filtering by subpermission where applicable. In cases where a managing permission is missing, and potentially also its related subpermissions, HelloID now offers an option to re-add the missing permission. When this action is selected, HelloID will recreate both the managing permission and any associated subpermissions during the next enforcement. This helps resolve all related issues in one step. These operations are supported through the Powershell V2 connector scripts. These scripts are linked to specific account actions, such as disable or delete. When a reconciliation requires such actions, the relevant script will be triggered. These scripts manage key steps in the account lifecycle process within HelloID. The default script configuration has been slightly extended. It now uses Action Context Origin, which identifies whether a script is triggered by enforcement or reconciliation. This distinction matters because enforcement provides more data, such as person and mapping data, while reconciliation offers less. It's also important to note that reconciliation-based scripts currently do not support notifications. One more UI change has been made to improve clarity. The column previously labeled Resolved is now called Status, and it now includes more than just the resolve state. It also shows which action was taken on an item. This allows for more detailed filtering and helps with troubleshooting, especially when dealing with bulk actions that may have failed. The updated status field gives better visibility into how permissions were processed. These updates enhance the flexibility and transparency of HelloID's reconciliation process, especially for organizations working with complex permission structures. As we conclude this overview of the latest HelloID release, we hope you're as excited as we are about these enhancements and new features. They're designed to streamline your experience, improve security, and ensure your system's integrity with advanced configurations and mappings. Stay tuned for more updates, and thank you for choosing HelloID for your identity and access management needs.